And the scripture says, when he saw Jesus afar off, and there are some here tonight that you see him, but he's a long way away. It's like a small J Jesus, just way out there, somewhere very, very distant. But you're trying your best to worship. You know, it says he worshiped him. It's not worship as we know it. And he fell at his feet, and he said, I adjure you by God, don't you torment me as well. God, please, life is tormenting enough. And I feel bad enough about myself. Please, if you are God, would you please not add to the torment? That was his worship. It's just, I'm happy that you're here, but just don't add to the pain. I can't take anymore. I know I'm a loser. I know I'm a sinner. I know I've failed. I know I don't have much of a future. I know I'm a fraud. I know I put on a front. I know I'm not what I appear to be. But please, God, don't add to it. That's the way a lot of people actually feel about God. That God is just one more person with some kind of a solution that's not going to last, or another bony finger to point in your face and tell you the wrong things that you've done. He said to him, what is your name? And he said to him, my name is Legion, for we're many. I'm full of memories and pain. Call me any name you want, that's who I am. Disenchanted, disenfranchised, loser, hopeless, tormented, full of pain, addicted, alcoholic, suicidal, up and outer, down and outer. You call me whatever you want. I come by almost any name. And then suddenly, this is an interesting thing, but suddenly, that's the only way I can actually describe this, because they're almost like two different types of people speaking through this one body. And suddenly, he hears this voice coming from himself. And it's the voice of all of the demonic powers. It's the voice of everything of hell that's ever been sent against him. And they're beseeching Jesus, send us into the pigs. There's a herd of pigs on the mountainside. And suddenly finds this coming out of himself. You got to imagine, this man has been in the tombs, he's been cutting himself, and he's trying to have a conversation with God. And suddenly, out of his inmost parts comes this pleading, send us into the pigs. He must have been wondering, what am I saying? Send us into the pigs. It's everything that man was not supposed to be had come in contact with a holy God. And everything he was not supposed to be, everything he wasn't created to be, knew it had to bend its knee to the Son of God. And Satan and hell and the devil and sin were all crying out for mercy, because the only alternative the devil had at that moment is to be sent straight to hell on the express train. And the only other place that they could go is into the most unclean thing that a Jewish mindset could actually perceive of, which was a herd of pigs. Send us into the pigs. And Jesus said, go. And the scripture says, these spirits left, they entered into the pigs, and the whole herd ran violently down a steep place and into the sea, and were choked in the sea. I was reading in the Psalms earlier today where it talks about God led his people out of captivity, led them into a place of promise, and drowned their enemies in the sea. Drowned them, that they could not pursue them anymore. When Jesus died on the cross 2,000 years ago for your sin, he said, it is finished. Whoever comes to me, the torment of hell, the power of the devil, the power of your enemies to torment you, the power of Satan to grind your face in your past, the power of Satan to destroy your future is over. It's finished. It's finished.